my name's Chrissy. I can't wave at the camera because my hand is holding the camera. But today I'm going to be starting my vlog for Beach Read. I picked it up from the library. Excited to start it because I've been wanting to read romance, and I think Emily Henry is probably a good place to start. Obviously, seeing it everywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the library, pick it up, and then I actually want to start reading it today. I also got the audiobook, so I'm gonna do a little bit of audio listening, and then read a little bit outside. It's a beautiful day out, real sunny. So yeah, we'll see how I do. Bye. Hello, I'm back. It's hot as fuck, but I got the book. Secured the bag. It matches my purse. So cute. Um, Honestly, it's kind of it's bigger. It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be that long, but it's okay. I didn't have the heart to record myself while I was in the library because the hold section is at the front of the library. There was an old man reading right where the hold section was because I put this book on hold and then I had gotten it a couple days ago. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do this to myself. So maybe next time, but not today. I am in the mood to go to the bookstore. There's a lady in the car next to me, but it's okay. Fight your fears. I'm gonna go to the bookstore because I feel like it, and I'll try not to buy anything, but I'll probably end up doing a book haul of me buying stuff. So, I'm back. I did not have any time to read, or at least start Beach Read earlier today, so it's later the same day, and I had tried to go to sleep. I only slept for a few hours. Then I got really hot because there's not a fan in my room yet. So I kind of have more energy to read right now. So I figured I would just start Beach Read and see how far I get. Sometimes I just missed liking people. This is such a mood because people be trash as fuck. I can't stop reading this book also. It's like 2 in the morning and I really need to go to sleep, but I am just really loving this. All right, I just finished chapter 1 and I know it's early, but I want to give my first impressions, let you guys know how I'm doing. I am really surprised. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's very cozy, it's goofy. I like the writing style, and that's something that's really important to me. If I don't vibe with the writing style, I'm not going to be able to finish the book. I'm not going to enjoy the book. So yeah, I came into the book with zero expectations. To be honest, I don't even know what the book is about. So I just kind of went into it blind, and yeah, no, I'm really liking it, and it's pretty easy. It's really easy to read. So it's refreshing compared to sci-fi or fantasy where it takes brain power. This is super easy to read and I'm loving it so far. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. Okay. So a couple days ago, it was really hot, like 75 degrees. And I forgot today was supposed to be a freeze. So as soon as I walk outside, it's fucking snowing. And I opened the door and I was like, oh my god, it's fucking freezing. So I run upstairs to grab this jacket. And then I walk not even down the street or down the block. And I'm like, are those snowflakes? I look at the weather and it's fucking snow. So I guess I'll listen to my audiobook inside or just fucking read the damn book. Hello, I'm back. I just made it to chapter 23 and it's really good. I'm eating it up. After the first day when I finished chapter 1 and kind of read into chapter 2, I kind of stopped reading it for a little bit and then it took me a day or so. And then I really read it again and I was hooked and I just kept reading it. And so I've been reading it on my e-reader. I've been reading it on I've been reading on 2 different e-readers, listening to an audiobook and then reading it physically from my library copy. And it was I'm doing the dishes, I'm listening to the audiobook. Or In the morning, I'll just like read the physical book for a little bit. Or if I'm at night, I'm gonna take a bath. Okay, I'm gonna read it my waterproof e-reader. And then when I go to sleep at night, like I have my other e-reader, my Kindle, because the one that I use in the bath is the Kobo Libra H2O. That one I use. And then in bed, I use the Kindle Paperwhite because it has the dark mode and warm light. So I use both of those. I've just been eating it up, like literally burning through it. It's really good. It's really good. I wish I was much of an annotator because there were so many things where I'm like, man, I just want to annotate that. I think I'm definitely going to get my own copy and probably want to reread it. Like it's really that good. And I already requested for People We Meet on Vacation. I know people have said that that one's not as good, but like I still am like, I just want to read through everything that Emily Henry's read because I'm just like so surprised. So I already got the ebook version of People We Meet on Vacation. I already got the audiobook, and then I got the hold at my library for the physical copy, and I just got to go pick it up. So that's the update. Hopefully I can finish it like tomorrow or the day after, and then give you my final thoughts. Hello, it's the following day, and I was gonna read some of Beach Read last night. Was too tired and fell asleep instantly. But this morning I did the dishes, and so while I was doing the dishes, why am I doing this? I was listening to the audiobook, and now I'm on the last chapter. Okay. I don't read sad books, and I just now starting to get into romance books. So I usually don't read things that make me super emotional. But oh my god, this book has made me so emotional. Okay? Just everything with her dad, and like the relationship is so like authentic. Like you could just feel it, like it's so real, and you can take things and like relate it to yourself. And usually I'm the type of person that reads something and is like, oh, like someone died. I'm like, okay, that sucks for them. Like I never apply it to myself. But this is the first book where I've actually been like, I'm reading the letters from her dad. I'm like, man, I wish my dad cared about me like that. Or just in the relationship, I see aspects of like their relationship that are like mine, and it just feels so real. It feels just like it just hits. Like I've felt like tingles, and I felt the emotion like straight to my heart. It's been a roller coaster. So I'm gonna finish this last chapter, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. But yeah, I just want to do a quick update before I wrap up the book. Hello, I'm back. It's been about a week since I finished this, so to be honest, I don't quite remember a lot, but I just ran out of time to record the final thoughts wrap up on this, so I'm going to try my best to dig through my very horrible memory and try to give you my final thoughts. So, remembering the beginning of this book, I love that it focused on her and her career instead of being all about the romance, because, with rom coms, it's all about the romance. There's no like realism. So the things that she goes through, like with writer's block and losing inspiration and feeling like you have to write what other people want, I feel like that's so relatable. And even though I don't write books, I really don't. But it was just all these things that she has to go through, especially as a female author. I was like, wow. Like there was just so many things where I was like, damn, like that's realistic. That's like real life. It was eye opening for me to read that. So I like that beginning, that start, and then everything with her dad and having to process through those feelings of he cheated on my mom. He has this whole other life. I could relate to that too. And so when it got to the point when she was reading all the letters, I mean, I was tearing up really bad. I was like, this is so sweet. And it was just like it showed the real side of her dad that she doubted, but her dad was always the person she knew. It was just he made mistakes like anybody else. So I love that because that family aspect, Emily Henry always adds a family aspect where it's like, you come in only wanting the romance, but then you come out being like, wow, like that whole family side you really connect to, and it added a lot to the story, made you care about the main characters. Um, I'm recording this after I just finished and recorded my review for People We Meet on Vacation. So, and that book too does the same thing where you really care about the family and everything that's going on, and it's not just about the romance. And I appreciate that because while I do want to watch two people fall in love, I want it to be realistic. I want it to be like, okay, well, I'm in my 20s and there's things I have to deal with, or as an adult, there's other things you have to deal with, and it's not just la di da di da, like, okay, high school sweetheart, get married, have kids, live happily ever after. And most of the times it doesn't go that way. So when I read this, and it was my first real taste of like an actual romance and not just rom-coms, because I've read a few rom-coms and I hated them all. So this was my first real romance book, and it was so good. Like this was everything I wanted in a romance book. Um, and just I did like that rivals aspect. um I do love enemies to lovers, so just having that, and their I guess them despising each other, I like that. But then once they started, like, they did the deal where they're gonna swap and write like other books and connecting on like those dates and stuff, I really like that. I think that was a really great way to like make it to where they're enemies or they're rivals, and then kind of, gray area, and then they fall in love. I think that was a great way to do it because, there's other books where it's like, oh, they're enemies, they want to kill each other, and then like 1 second they're like that, and the next second they're making out. Like it's just like doesn't really flow. But with this, it flowed. Um, and just the first sex scene, oh my god, I was not expecting that because you see this fucking cover, you're not thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a steamy, hot, sexy. I was like, bitch, am I reading the right book? It was good, and like I like reading smut too, like spicy stuff. But I wasn't expecting that from this, and so that was like a nice surprise too. Was that sex scene? Also, the sex scene was realistic. It wasn't like, oh, like I orgasm in like 5 seconds, whatever. It's like, girl, like that's not realistic. But this sex scene was actually probably one of the most realistic romance sex scenes that I've read. And it was so refreshing. It was so good. I was like, okay. And like there's a lot of moments in this where it's just like funny, but it's real. Like, I think it was in this book. Was it in this book? No, I think it was in People We Meet on Vacation. But it was talking about like, shower sex and how it's like not as romantic as it seems. And I'm like, yes, because there have been some rom-com books I read and it's like, oh, shower sex or whatever, and I'm like, girl, that shower ain't that big. I'm like, how are you doing all these things comfortably? And it's just like um Henry adds that realism to the sex, to the romance, to just the own personal life. So that character, it's like her characters are not just the romance. It's like she has other things in her life that make her who she is, and not just being in love with this dude. So I really like that. And the ending, like, you would think, I expected, oh, they're gonna get married and happily ever after. But when I read that last chapter and it was like 9 months later or whatever, like I was not expecting that. And so it was just like that sweetness, and I was like, oh my god, that was so amazing. And so beautiful, beautiful story. um it was an easy 5 star. It was like no brainer. I had no doubts. I was invested the entire way through. um I don't know, it was really good. And I've seen it everywhere. I've heard so many things about it, so I get hesitant on things that are really popular because usually I don't like popular things. um but this I fucking loved. And yeah, so as soon as I finished this, I ran. No, well, I drove to the bookstore, Barnes and Noble, to pick this up. And while I was picking that up, I saw the BOGO little area, and it had People Who Meet on Vacation and Book Lovers there for buy one get one half off. I was like, okay, bitch, I'm buying these. Like, I have a pretty good feeling that I'm going to like Emily Henry's writing style. Whatever she writes about, I'm going to eat it up because I'm very picky when it comes to writing style, and I loved every second of this. So I went on a whim, got those two. Yeah, I finished People We Meet on Vacation. I fucking loved it. So, book lovers, you next. I'm watching you. You next. Um, pleasant surprise. Oh, and also, at Barnes& and Noble, I picked up this. I don't know what this is called, the little bag, but I was like, "Oh, this would be perfect for my bookmarks." So I have my bookmarks in there, so that way they're not like out and messy. So that was a plus. But yeah, wow, wow! I'm glad this was like my first vlog because if it was a vlog of a book I hated or did not like, that would suck. Like I would never post that. It would take me like a month to finish it. So this book single-handedly got me out of a reading slump. And it wasn't even like a reading slump like I don't want to read. I wanted to read, but I just found it hard for me to make time for myself to read because I have the most energy in the morning. So what I should do is read the most in the morning, but I was like sleeping late, waking up late. This book got me to like fix my whole life, it feels like. And so now I'm reading a lot, and I'm just enjoying what I'm reading, and this really helped kick it off. So this is really good. God, it's got to be in terms of romance, it's number 2. It's number 2. People With Me on Vacation is number 1. That book's fucking amazing. In terms of overall, probably top 5. But like I mostly read sci-fi and now romance. And those are just two very like apples and oranges. Like how do you compare a 5-star romance book to a 5-star sci-fi book? Like it's hard, but I'll definitely do a like a what is it? Like the ranking videos, my favorite books of the year, that kind of thing. And I will process through that. But it's really really good. I'm glad that my first book from her was a good experience, and the second one was a good experience. The third one will be a good experience. Hopefully, the fourth one, because I already pre-ordered Happy Place. I'm hooked, bitch. I ate this shit up. I ate this shit up so fast. I was reading it physically, my library copy, and then I was reading it on my all 3 of my different e-readers, and then I was listening to an audiobook, and then with People Who Meet on Vacation, I did the exact same thing. I got the audiobook, I got the ebook, I got the library book, and then I bought the physical book. I had too many copies of it, but I was like listening while I was brushing my listening while I was brushing my teeth, and freaking like reading it at work, reading it before bed. Like I was just boom, 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 boom. Like I didn't want to, like every time I had a chance to read, I was going to read one of Emily Henry's books. So beautiful experience. This was amazing. I loved it. Um, Hope you enjoyed. It was really fun to like vlog and to read in different like places. And yeah, I'm glad that I did the vlog because I think the vlog also motivated me to read it sooner and like all together at once. Because I think if I would have taken longer to read this book, I don't think I would have had as strong as a feeling about it. But because I've read it in basically a week, um, it was amazing. And it was easy to want to read it because there's some books where I'm like, it's good, but I have no motivation to pick this up when I have free time to read. But this book, it was good. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.